Today is March 5th, 2026. It is 2:33 a.m. Oh my god, I just spent like an hour trying to fix something on my computer and the thing wasn't working. So yesterday I said I was supposed to pick up on where I left off, but I didn't record anything. I didn't do anything after that. I just edit and then continue recording. There's so much going on. Oh my god, it is so depressing. The US is done. The US is done. Okay? With what's going on, there's a ship that I saw. How do they call them? The ones that usually carry those airplane in the middle of the ocean and stuff like that. Bombed. Let me see if I could see it because I was at my other computer. Uh-oh. Where's the pause? See, the thing is still giving me problem. Alright, so there's the ship burning. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Let me see if this is real. If anybody asks Grook if this is real. Is this? Oh, look at this. They said no, it's not real. But whatever. Now with AI, I don't know. I really don't know. All right. So let me go on my list and share some stuff with you. All right. Oh, I'm telling you, the thing that's going on is very depressing. And what happened in Texas, very depressing. Everything is happening in front of us. People are not seeing it. It's very sad. Okay, so that was leading up to the election. What is it? The primary in Dallas County, Texas. Today, black and brown people like this woman showed up at their polling place and was told that it was only for Republicans. My god, it's only for Republicans now, and they had to go to a different polling place to vote for Democrats. This is voter suppression, and it happened all over Texas. Alright, it's very sad.
I just witnessed real life voter suppression in Dallas County today at Harry Stone Recreation Center. I want to make it very clear that Harry Stone Recreation Center nor staff had anything to do with what I witnessed. This is solely an issue with the Board of Elections, I believe. I was told by the poll workers that they were informed when they showed up to work the poll this morning that the location that they were at had been changed on the same day from being a location where both Democratic and Republican primaries could be voted on to a Republican-only location. The voters nor the workers were notified of this change prior to arriving at the recreation center to vote. The poll worker let me know that about 50% of the people who came to vote were not Republican only and had to be turned away. And so the chances of those Democratic primary voters going back to find another location to vote are slim to none. This whole thing is so shady.
Alright, so I'm not gonna go in the comments. I just want to share with you what's going on. These kind of things. Alright. So this is back to the voting suppression again. This happened all over Texas today when black and brown voters went to their polling station. They could not vote there anymore and that they had to go somewhere else. Alright, so let's listen. 39 seconds.
Place where I live is far away and I just wanted to vote here and get back to work, and she told me she wouldn't let me. I was hoping she would just let me go in. She said I'm at the wrong place, I can't vote here.
I've always voted here, say, 8 years in a row now. I've come to this location, but now they're telling me that I need to go to another location to vote.
Did they explain why?
No, they didn't explain why. And then when I went online yesterday, because I knew they were going to try to do this, I went yesterday online to register and everything like that to find out where my poll is, and it got me nowhere.
Alright, so that's what was going on. Next
Place where I live is far away.
Let's pause. Oh my god, Lord help us. Next one, this is Warren. Okay, Senator Elizabeth Warren just walked out of the classified Iran briefing. I was worried before, I'm more worried now. Then she said the quiet part loud. Quote, it is so much worse than you think. End quote. No plan, illegal war based on lies, no imminent threat. That's not the opposition talking. That's a U.S. senator after seeing what you're not allowed to see. Blumenthal fears both on the ground. Crow called it a lie. Warren says it's worse than you think. And Trump is out here saying wars can be fought forever. Believe them. Unbelievable! 20 seconds.
Just left a classified briefing on Iran, and here's what I can say. It is so much worse than you thought. You are right to be worried. Trump administration has no plan in Iran. This illegal war is based on lies, and it was launched without any imminent threat to our nation. Just left a classified...
He's making it so much, how do you call this? For the American people. Dangerous for the American people. When Americans, regular Americans, go outside of the U.S., let's say go for vacation, whatnot, he's making American lives very dangerous. It's unbelievable. And with what I just showed you, what's happening in Texas, people go out and vote, and then they're making it difficult for people to vote. Oh my God. People were not paying. I saw this, okay? Anyone who's been following my channel, you should not be surprised by many of this stuff. You should not be surprised by it. Because from the get-go, 2 years, 3 years leading up to now, they were trying to destroy the fabric, what make America what it was. From the music, sports, and what do you call this? Entertainment just in general, sports, golf in particular. I spoke about it. It's unbelievable. All right, so this is the next tweet. Horrific. Senator Chris Murphy says the Trump administration admitted in their briefing that they are not able to stop Iran's infamous Kamikaze drones, meaning, quote, there are going to be more Americans that are going to die. What the F are we doing? It's unbelievable. Because it's not them. It's not their kids. I don't freaking understand. There's no word for this. What was I saying? There's a video that I came across where this Israeli soldier claimed that it's an illegal war. He's not going to go and fight and things like that. And I'm like, they know, because now that they got American involved, they want American to go fight their war for them, and then they're gonna stay in a bunker. Once everything is done, they're gonna come out and then take over. I just can't believe how dumb, how freaking stupid many Americans are. Unbelievable.
Senate. This is as serious as it gets. This is war and peace. They told us in that room that there are going to be more Americans that are going to die, that they are not in the short run going to be able to stop these drones that are going to continue to fly into the Middle East. We have to have a debate in the United States Senate on an authorization of military force. It will likely fail. It will likely fail, and we shouldn't be voting to proceed to other pieces of legislation until we get a debate on this deeply unpopular, immoral, and illegal war with Iran. Senate. This is
unbelievable. Believe it or not, okay, many of you will disagree with what I'm about to say here. All the key countries, okay, they're staying back. Rightly so, rightly so. But they are involved in it because Americans are too dumb to recognize reality. Depending on how it goes, if Americans win it or get far enough, you'll start seeing some other countries show themselves. But technically, they want America to be done with, because America used to be the one that usually stop or prevent those bad actors from other countries to carry out their atrocities. But if you isolate or eliminate America completely, then we are done with. This is not to say that America was great or anything like that, but in particular, when you get Democrats in office, the political affiliation like President Obama, Democrats in office, this is where the sensible type of things tends to happen. Level-headed people. This is not to say they're better than the other one. Maybe slightly better, but less evil. Let's just say that. Less evil than the other one. At least they think before they act. They already have their mission. Okay? They laser focus on their mission. They don't care because their kids are safe. It's unbelievable. But you should not be surprised by this if you've been listening to some of my podcasts. Just go back to some of my old videos, okay? Oh, come on.
I just viewed the Jeffrey Epstein files. It's pretty striking. I mean, they have very detailed records, calendar appointments, political contributions, security requests for Donald Trump to interact with people who are close associates with Jeffrey Epstein, and then some email correspondence with Melania Trump and Ghislaine. If House Democrats used all the time that the Department of Justice has made available at those 4 computers to view unredacted files, it would take us 7.5 years to go through these files. It is absurd. It's been 100 days since I voted to release the files, and they still haven't released all of the Jeffrey Epstein unredacted files. It is unacceptable. We need to have transparency, and we need to have justice for the victims.
All right. This is why they don't want, let's say, Jasmine Crockett in Texas to be in office, because she will be doing the right thing for the people. So this is the tag team with these people, the Republican. While people, even though they doing this kind of things, the people should know better. But I just show you some videos. They're moving polling places and things. Oh my God, it is. I don't even think I'm making sense anymore. Let's just go to the next tweet. Unbelievable. Alright, there's this here. Breaking. South Carolina Magistrate Judge James B. Gosnell Jr. charged with 6 federal charges involving hundreds of videos and images of minors, including infants and toddlers engaged in disturbing sex acts. As a sitting magistrate, Gosnell had presided over cases involving individuals charged with child sex crimes. If convicted, the former judge could face more than 20 years in prison. He will remain behind bars until his pending trial. Okay, this is the... This is one of the bases that I be talking about. Bases meaning position of power where decision is made. You have this type of people, let's say a Trump type of people preside over him. What do you think the case is gonna be? Because they do the same type of behavior. Most likely he will find the person not guilty instead of focusing on what's on the books, the behavior, the charges, and the conduct. Oh my God. Each time I start saying something, it's mind-boggling. Okay, so there's this here. This is Canada. Canada just publicly rebuked the United States and Israel. Quote, the United States and Israel acted without engaging the United Nations or consulting allies, including Canada, a NATO ally, on the record calling this illegal under international law. Spain banned U.S. bases. Canada condemned the strikes. Senator Crow called it a lie. Senator Blumenthal fears boots on the ground. Some of the videos I just shared with you. The entire world is watching a man start a unauthorized war built on fabricated intelligence while burying files that could end his presidency. Allies are breaking away, the coalition is collapsing, and Trump is threatening trade wars against anyone who won't play along. This is what isolation looked like. This is what desperation looked like. And the other thing as well, the foundation of the United States is not even that solid, but what made the army of the United States was, I don't know about now, was so good is the collaboration, the understanding, the compassion. All these work. It may sound weak, but this is what made the part of, okay? There's many things, but part of, okay, the diplomacy, the talk before you act, understand where each opposition is coming from. But this guy, yeah, because of the Epstein file, and Israel is manipulating the United States, and they just go and do whatever. Families destroy in an instant. What made the army so strong? And he thought this will do the work for him. But he's not only disrespect the soldiers, disrespect almost everything. Okay, he doesn't have respect for anything, and he think that behaving like this will carry out his thing. I don't even know what to say anymore because this is barbaric.
The United States and Israel have acted without engaging the United Nations or consulting allies, including Canada. So where to from here? With a rapidly spreading conflict and growing threats to civilian life. Canada reaffirms that international law binds all belligerents. We condemn the strikes carried out by Iran on civilians and civilian infrastructure across the Middle East. And we implore all parties, including the United States and Israel, to respect the rules of international engagement. Canada calls for a rapid de-escalation of hostilities and is prepared to assist in achieving this goal. The United States
and I think I will not be surprised. Okay, this is me thinking here. I will not be surprised because Israel is hiding behind United States and pushing the United States to go do their bidding for them. I will not be surprised if Israel attack some random places that they have issues with and then blame it on the United States. This is very depressing to see this is what the country has turned into. Unbelievable. Let's go to the next tweet. I'm not gonna go in the comments, okay? Holy hell. Iran just took out a $1.1 billion radar at the most fortified U.S. base in the Middle East with a single missile. This is bad. That radar was the backbone of all U.S. missile defense in the Gulf. Every Patriot, every THAAD, now operating blind. Let me pause this so I don't get flagged because I need to put screenshot. Qatar intercept 101 missiles during this conflict. 2 got through. Wow. 1 hit the only target that mattered. This is a symmetric warfare in one sentence. Iran has to succeed once. We have to be perfect every time. We weren't. The U.S. just... Oh my God. The U.S. just promised Navy escort will protect Gulf shipping lane, but if we can't protect a $1.1 billion radar inside our own base, what are those escorts actually guaranteeing? The petrodollar runs to a straight, okay? The petrodollar runs to a straight we can no longer credibly protect. 1 missile just changed everything. Let's listen to this. I'm not going to go to the comment.
Has struck Al Udeid Air Base, as I said, the biggest American base in the region. We don't know much more. No casualties reported as of yet. Again, we don't know what we don't know, but we do know they are saying it was a ballistic missile. It's obviously a significant development, and as that is coming in, we are learning that the CIA is also working to trigger some sort of an uprising inside of Iran. Now, this is a major and potentially explosive development in the war. So let me tell you what we know here with these breaking details. Multiple people familiar with the plan are telling CNN that the Trump administration is working to arm Kurdish forces, who they then expect to take part in a has struck Al Udeid Air Base.
It's starting all over. I don't know if those people the U.S. is gonna arm, are they the one it crossed my mind a couple days ago. Those prisoners that the U.S. caught during the Iraq War, and then when Trump got in office, he let them go. I'm wondering if he's gonna use these men to do the footwork for him as well. Oh my God! I didn't put the link, so let's go to the next one. All right, let's pause this. I just left the classified briefing on Iran, and it only confirmed what we already knew. Donald Trump is waging an illegal war, and he has no plan to end it. All I'm thinking is individual.
I just left a classified briefing on Iran, and it only confirmed what we already knew. Donald Trump is waging an illegal war, and he has no plan to end it. Today, he said we attacked Iran because he had a feeling. But we know the truth. Trump is lying about Iran's nuclear capacity. He's lying about Iran's missile capabilities. And he's dragging the United States into another endless war in the Middle East. Trump is completely out of control. And Americans have already lost their lives because of his lies. The war in Iran must end now. I just left a class.
I'm just worrying about individual Americans. When they go out, vacation, other countries, it's very sad, very dangerous. All right, next tweet. Follow the effing money. Let's listen to this. It's 2 minutes and 30 something seconds.
Unfortunately, I am spiraling and I have put on my tinfoil hat and I am going to present a hypothesis. I do not think that this is about the Epstein files. Hear me out before you get angry. On January 3rd, 2026, when we invaded Venezuela and captured Maduro, we took temporary control of Venezuela's oil exports and commerce. Venezuela has the largest oil reserve in the world. At first, this did not make complete sense because we cannot necessarily use Venezuela's oils because of the crudeness of it. But technically, we do control their oil sales right now. The largest beneficiaries of Venezuelan oil is China, Russia, and Cuba. The other country that China currently gets a majority of their oil reserves from is Iran. Besides Iranian leadership under this current regime, we are currently targeting Iranian naval bases. Why? Because Iranian naval bases are currently attempting to defend the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is a key shipping lane to be able to get oil to China. China knew that this was going to happen because they have been stockpiling oil reserves since January when the US invaded Venezuela. They currently have enough oil to last them for approximately 100 days. But what happens when that 100 days winds down? Their manufacturing completely stalls. But that's not where this stops. Look at the Q3, Q4 GDP report from the Bureau of Economic Analysis, which is released by this administration. On page 2 of both reports, you will see that the Q3, Q4 GDP is currently being propped up by increased defense spending. Now, who is currently the biggest beneficiary of U.S. production of defense systems? It is not Israel, it is Saudi Arabia. Which country is currently trying to backfill China's oil reserve depletion? Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is currently the biggest beneficiary of us invading Venezuela and capturing Maduro, and also us invading Iran. Our biggest customer of the export that is currently propping up our economy is simultaneously the only country that is currently supplying China with oil. Now, why is the US currently engaging in hypocrisy by propping up Saudi Arabia? $1 billion in 2 Trump towers in Jeddah and Riyadh. $2 billion from Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund into Jared Kushner's private equity fund. $2 billion into Trump's stablecoin, a $5.5 billion Trump golf course developed by a Saudi Arabia developer. Follow the fucking money.
With that Venezuela thing, if you've been following my channel, you should know the key players. This is why I said at the beginning of this video, many countries, you will not see them up front because it's a mess. Because Americans are so stupid, okay, going blindly, voting for people who have no business in politics, but yet they still vote for them. Make America go create the mess, and then keep in mind, okay? Keep in mind, you don't see them. I believe the Prime Minister said they're not gonna get involved or something like that. But mark my word, the UK is deeply involved. Okay, the UK is deeply involved. Right now, they're staying in the background. They are. This is their tactic. Okay, the stupid one, which is America, is doing the footwork, and then they're gonna come later when everything is starting to cool down, or try to come for the savior to clear things up, and then this is where they're gonna come and pick up, try to put things in their pocket. But anyway, there's a video I did back in 2020. I think I call it "The Storm is Coming," and in front was William, and then in the back was like a map of the world, and then on top of that map is the flag of the UK. I think they call it the Union flag. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, that was back in 2020, and we're not even right now. We're in the middle. This is the storm. We are in the storm now, but later on, that maybe after Charles die, and this is where we're gonna see things. But anyway, next tweet. Trump's new defense plan quietly creates a National Guard response force trained for crowd control and civil unrest, deployable across all 50 states by April 2026. This wasn't in any headlines. They bury it. Now connect the dots. Epstein file drop, names get redacted, evidence of child abuse get withheld, a war start the same week, and now a domestic force trained to suppress the American people is operational by spring. Ask yourself, spring of what? 2026 midterms, the last election cycle that could strip his power before 2028. This is a man actively building the infrastructure to never leave office. I mean, he told us. You just have to vote once. Now, the thing is, the people the foot soldiers, who's gonna carry out the work for him. This is the thing here. Because they all eventually will be a casualty of trying to protect them. Alright, so let's listen and then I'll go to the next one.
Secretary Hegseth, sir, a memo circulating on social media details the establishment of a National Guard response force that's going to be trained in crowd control and civil unrest and deployed in all 50 states by April of 2026. Can you verify the authenticity of that memo, and do you have any more information on the operations?
I'm not going to answer particulars on something that may be in the planning process, but we definitely do have multiple layers of National Guard response forces, whether it's in each state, whether it's regionally, whether it's Title 10 active duty, whether it's Washington, D.C. We've got a lot of different ways that constitutionally and legally we can employ Title 10 and Title 32 forces, and we will do so when necessary.
Secretary Hegseth.
It's playing again. Let's go to the next one. Whew, God help us. Right, so there's this here. The CIA is working with the Kurds to foment an uprising in Iran. Also, the pedophile Führer is seriously considering putting boots on the ground. This war is getting uglier by the minute. All I'm thinking, individual Americans. The danger this guy is putting every single American.
We have some major Iran war updates right now. The CNN is now reporting that the CIA, the American CIA, is working to arm Kurdish opposition forces on the ground in Iran to spark an uprising against the Iranian regime that's currently in power. CNN's reporting suggests that we are working to arm Kurdish forces with the aim of fomenting a popular uprising in Iran. The administration has been in active discussions with Iranian opposition groups and Kurdish leaders about providing them with military support. We're literally arming the opposition. At the same time, senators this evening are saying that they are more concerned than ever after receiving a classified intelligence briefing about the fact that we may put boots on the ground, American troops on the ground in Iran soon. And Lindsey Graham, who is one of the reasons why we're in this war, he is now urging Donald Trump to strike Lebanon, to strike Hezbollah.
Oh my
Lebanon.
God.
Some major things happening right now. I'll have more updates for you very soon. As always, spread the word and follow along for all the news you need to know about. There'll be more to come.
And the other thing as well, we know, American people know all the key players. Who's putting the country and every single American lives in danger. All right, next one. George Calloway. The massacre of 167 girls aged 7 to 12 at an elementary school in Iran is the greatest atrocity committed by the United States since the Vietnam War. It is the largest mass killing of schoolgirls ever recorded in world history, yet no one is talking about it. Whew, let's listen.
It is the biggest single American atrocity since the Vietnam War. The massacre of 167 girls aged between 7 and 12 in their classrooms in an elementary school close to the Straits of Hormuz in an obscure and far-off part of Iran. For no reason that anyone can possibly fathom, all these children were massacred. All of them. Every single child in 5 of the classrooms was massacred. 60 others are wounded in hospital, many of them critical. Later in that first day of the war, 40 volleyball players, 3 squads of volleyball players, all female, were massacred in a single airstrike. I'm probably telling you that piece of news for the first time, but it's quite possible that you don't even know about the slaughter of the schoolgirls. It is the biggest single slaughter of girls in the recorded history of the world, yet no one is talking about it. I don't want to labor this point, but just ponder for a second. If Russia had killed 167 Ukrainian schoolgirls, if Palestinians had killed 167 Israeli schoolgirls.
You know what just came to mind as he's naming those countries? Pay attention to when all of those wars that started since the 2020s. Okay, you had Russia attacking Ukraine, and then after that you had Israel attacking Palestine, and then now you have the US doing that. Look at the sequence. What pattern do you see? What pattern do you see? The pattern is every time an election is going to happen in the US, something like that happen. Okay? They are all connected. Okay? They not only connected, it's like it's their buddies. They know what they're doing because it's not involved their kids. Okay? That's what came to mind as he's naming all of those countries. This is not to say any one of them is more not value, more right than the others. They all are disaster, monsters, barbaric kind of behavior.
If Iran had killed 167 schoolgirls, this would be the biggest journalistic story in the world and for years to come. It has died just as surely as the schoolgirls and the volleyball players have died.
Well, what do you think is that? Again, these are things I've talked about in past videos. They capture all form of communication. Radios, TVs, I don't know, social media pages, platforms. So they don't put the information out. And then Israel, and I think America is doing that too, attacking the people who's putting the information out.
It was a sneak attack. It was in the middle of negotiations when a date had been set for tomorrow in Vienna, when the Iranian foreign minister was to travel to meet with Trump's son-in-law and his estate agent friend Steve Witkoff, two ingenues who know nothing whatsoever about the Muslim world, nothing whatsoever about diplomacy, nothing whatsoever about military matters, yet have inexplicably been made the chief negotiators of Donald J. Trump. The negotiations were set to continue on Monday, but on Saturday, what will forever be known as the Epstein War, was launched.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Those MAGA people who voted for Trump, they pretty much hijacked. I don't even think Trump won the election, but they were so focused on getting to their objective, and they have people everywhere, their Republican buddies, to turn a blind eye. Specifically, look at what happened in Florida with the judge that was presiding over the file, the classified information. Okay, they have their people everywhere. Look what happened in Texas. Democrat went to vote. They've been voting the same place for years. And then at this midterm election, they know Crockett will... They do not want Crockett anywhere near near Washington, because she asked the proper question. So they have their buddies to mix up things, make voters confused, don't even know where they're gonna go vote. Oh my God. This is the next one. I just left a classified briefing about the Iran war. Here is what I can share. All right, 50 seconds.
I just left a classified briefing about the Iran war given by the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Defense, the CIA director, and other administration officials. And while I can't reveal everything that was said in the briefing, here are my key takeaways. Number one, there is no intelligence that suggests that Iran was planning an attack against the United States. Number two, the administration does not have any plan for what is going to happen to Iran after the war is over. Iran is a country of 90 million people with an armed forces that number nearly 1 million. The biggest question I hear from Rhode Islanders is, why are we in yet another Middle Eastern war? And unfortunately, the Trump administration is still not giving members of Congress or the American people any answers. I just left a classified...
All those MAGA people, the election was so clear. The 2024 election was so clear. Next one.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.